Good evening, Keystone. We're going to begin the March 5th school board work session. May we please have a flag salute and a moment of silence. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all very, very much. I would just like to make a couple of announcements first. We had a school board executive session on February 13th, 2026 from 8:27 to 8:43 p.m. To discuss a staff contract issue. And then on today, March 5th, 2026 at 5:31 to 6:20, we talked about the staffing study. And then we had a second executive session this evening, started at 6:22 and we ended at 6:46. Thank you very much. Item action A3, roll call for attendance, please.
Dr. Baldino?
Here.
Ms. Bohartz?
Here.
Mr. Shear?
Here.
Ms. Lynch?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Here.
Mr. Scaff?
Here.
Mr. Wyckoff?
Here.
8 members present.
Well, we got somebody to go after me now.
No laughing at board meetings. Okay, thank you very much. Action A4. Can we have a motion, please, to move to accept the agenda as presented?
I will make the motion, but with that motion, I asked that we change the agenda.
Sure. What do you want to do?
We need to move item B3, the Champion Kids, up now. Because you can tell by the size of them, they don't need to sit here through the budget update and everything else.
I think
So
that's a
let's
lovely
move
idea.
number 3 to number 1 and reverse it.
Yes, we have a motion on the floor to move action item B3 to B1. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
That means you guys are up.
Action item B1, the CHAMP Summer Program. So please take your time, take a seat at the table. We ask that you speak into the microphone so the folks at home can see, and just take your time, please, okay?
Perfect.
All right. Hello, my name is Alexa Weiser. I am the site director for the Robb Elementary School Champions.
Alexa, you can pull that closer to
Pull
you.
closer.
It'll
Perfect.
slide. There you go.
Perfect. Okay.
There, that's good.
Perfect. All right. I wanted to start off by saying thank you to the board for allowing us to come and present our programs. I also want to thank Mr. Barth and all of Robb Elementary for their continuous support and partnership. At Champions, we always feel seen, heard, and loved at Robb Elementary School. So we are here to talk about our Champs Camp program. Our camp will be held at Robb Elementary School from June 15th to August 14th. We are open 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. We welcome anyone in the community in pre-K through 6th grade, so that's ages 4 through 12. So you do not have to attend Robb or even Keystone Central School District to join in on the fun this summer. Another huge perk of our program is that we offer flexible weekly scheduling, so you only pay for the times that your child is in care. And we are so excited to share about our field trips, site visitors, and curriculum.
Hi, my name is Emily Wheeler, and I am the lead teacher of the pre-K program that we have. We love maintaining Robb's mindset of being community-oriented, so we have many local field trips and site visitors planned for this summer. We currently have Daughter's Dairy Farm, the Roxy, Piper Aviation Museum, Sweeney's Floral Shop, and Riverview Park for a picnic. And we also have Elaine Barth and her therapy dog coming. We have Kayla from the Ross Library, Forest Rangers, Clinton County SPCA, and Alan Poppadines and his football camp. Every Wednesday, we do water play days, and we have the fire department visit, and the kids get to run through the fire hose.
Hello, my name is Julie Bonar, and I am the lead teacher for our before and after school program. So Champ Camp is divided into 5 different programs. We have friendship, creativity, innovation, movement, and outdoors. So each unit includes hands-on activities, teamwork, STEAM challenges, and lots of fun. Some of our Champ Camp favorites were friendship bracelets. We had a field day where we had color wars, hula hut showdown, water play Wednesdays, like Miss Emily said, and then mock trials, which the kids loved. I saw a lot of future lawyers. We also have theme days, including tie-dye day, Pirates Day, holidays in July, superheroes, and sports days. On these days, students and teachers are encouraged to dress up as we engage all day in themed activities.
And as you can tell, we have 3 previous campers with us today, and they are going to share some of their favorite parts of Champ Camp from last year.
My name is Chloe Peters.
And Chloe, what were some of your favorite things at Champ Camp last year?
I liked whenever we went on that field trip, wherever we went to the park,
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Anything else you liked?
and the water days, and that the teachers are always really nice there.
Awesome.
It's great.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chloe. All right. Who wants to come next? All right. Say your name first.
Hi, my name's Grayson Nicholson.
All right. And what are some things you liked about Champ Camp last year?
That you guys didn't make us do crafts.
Do crafts?
And I liked the water days I liked the water days, and I liked how we did fun crafts after we came back from our field trip.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Grayson. All right. We have one more.
I'm Peyton Nicholson.
And then what are some things you liked about Champ Camp?
How we went on field trips.
Perfect. All right. All right. Thank you. And so the way to enroll for our program is you'll go to discoverchampions.com and you will search for the local summer camps and you will find Robb Elementary School. And thank you so much for having us.
Did you say that was the summer program is available for all grades, or what grades is it?
Yep. So it'll be ages 4 through 12. So that's pre-K through 12 or
Ages 4
yeah, pre-K through 6th grade. Yep. 4 through 12. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank
Awesome
you.
program.
Quick question.
Yes.
I did read all your information. I did check out your website. I'm really glad we've had this partnership for a few
Absolutely.
years. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
I had a quick question.
Sure.
The IU-10, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. You probably are. Okay, they were mentioning summer camps across their districts, or their region, I'm sorry, and you weren't listed.
Okay.
So if you want to reach out to them.
Sure, yeah.
That would be lovely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for
then
that recommendation.
with the cost for the kids,
Yes.
okay, I know it's on the webpage and everything. If a family doesn't have maybe the resources, is there something that,
Absolutely. Yeah, we work with the Early Learning Resource Center and we provide subsidy options for families. So that is something as well that if they were wondering about that, they could definitely reach out and we would be able to help them with that. So,
okay, that's great.
Yep.
And the last question, I had someone ask me about transportation. Now, we're sort of assuming that the parent guardian drops the
Correct.
child off.
Yep.
And then it's their responsibility to bring them home.
yes.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. Thank you guys so much. Yep.
I would say since you're the IU-10 rep, you get with her and get to the right people to get it done.
That's a great idea, but I have every confidence. But if you need help, my name's Elizabeth Lynch.
Sounds
And
good.
you can, my email, just, or phone me.
Okay,
I'll
sounds
do
good.
Whatever, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. Yeah.
And I
Yep. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, you have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Great program. The kids did a great job.
Thank you. I agree.
Okay, that's super terrific. Action item B2. The thing we've all been waiting for, the 2026-2027 budget update.
Thank you.
We have an attachment and Colton, You're working with Joni, the business manager, to put it up on? Perfect, take your time.
Okay, so go ahead and flip to the next page. This is the timeline. Most of you have seen this, but I know there's a couple new board members, so we'll just go ahead and quickly go through that so that you can see where we are for the timeline. This will be the March board meeting. So March and April, typically I still bring you a preliminary budget. But by May, we'll want to have something that you're agreeable to, and you have given me guidance for March and April to come up with your preliminary proposed budget for May. Then in June, it would be where you would adopt the final budget, and I would upload that to PDE. So this gives you a timeline, kind of month by month, kind of what the expectations are going forward. Then the next page is the governor's proposed revenue for 26-27. So I did a comparison between this year's 25-26 and next year's 26-27. And at the bottom, it just shows the difference. This is the additional income for the basic ed increase is about $123,000. Ready to Learn is about $489,000. Special ed increase about $104,000. And the CTC subsidy increase is about $57,000. So overall, we are receiving $774,399 more next year than this year. So for our large of our budget is, that's not a whole lot of money, just to kind of give you an idea. And then on the side there is the current cyber charter reform did help provide additional cost savings for us, cost avoidance for us. I'm estimating so far this year for it to be about $500,000. I'm hoping by the end of the year, we're going to see somewhere between $750,000 of cost savings of what we would have paid. And that is because the governor proposed an additional, well, he let the school districts reduce our proposed number by 60% for maintenance and for student activities. And so that helped reduce the number and decrease what we'd have to pay in tuition. He's talking about next year to actually raise it 20 more percent and let us reduce 80% of those numbers. That was extremely helpful. Good reform. There's a long way to go, but at least it's a start. Now, the next page, this is something new. So I showed this presentation to the Finance Committee. I did not have this page, but I did do cost per student. So I was able to get that calculation done. And so what this will show you is, this is the state revenue. This is how much we receive for basic ed is about 25 million, Ready to Learn another 1.8, and special ed about 4.3. So if you take the current enrollment and divide that by the current enrollment, our state contribution per student is almost $11,000. It cost us $14,806 to educate our students. So if you would take the difference between what we actually get and what it actually costs, it's almost $4,000 and almost $15.6 million that the school district has to come up with that we are not subsidized for our students if we were to educate all of our students here, but we don't. So we send some to the brick and mortar charter school, and then we have the cyber schools. So that was the other piece of this on the side there, tuition payments. So you see, when we send a basic ed student to the brick and mortar at Sugar Valley, we actually pay $15,620 and $32,000 per pupil for special ed. When you send them to a cyber charter, we pay about $14,000 for regular ed and about $27 for special ed. So you see, we're only getting in about 11, but we're paying out much larger numbers. So it's not dollar in, dollar out. So you see why this is such a shortcoming of even just our own, educating our own kids inside our own buildings. So they're down at the bottom. And this is if, what I wanted to show you here at the bottom, where it says difference between KCSD cost versus tuition, like to go to Sugar Valley for a basic ed, the difference you can see is about $800. That's to say, if we brought one student back to here, we'd save $800, regular ed. If we brought another student back for special ed, we'd save $17,000. This is just to show you if we brought all these kids back, what the savings would be, what the cost avoidance would be. So just for example, if we used a $17,000 number for the brick and mortar at Sugar Valley, and say we times that by 120 kids, that's almost $2 million that we would have savings back into the school. So this isn't money that we're actually paying out. This is money that we would avoid paying if they'd all come back here. I just wanted to, so this is the cost side of it.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Do you want questions on the page that you're
I
talking
should go.
about, or do you want us to wait?
No, ask me as I go. That way it might be easier.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Joni. Now, if the government, state government, governor gives 80% next year, those numbers then
Would be reduced.
would be reduced.
It
Okay.
wouldn't reduce the brick and mortar because
Right.
they're not affected by the reform.
Right.
But it would affect the cyber charter.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Joni, how come the cost for the charter school for Sugar Valley is going up so much? I don't understand that, why we can say that cost is going up.
So they're based upon budgeted numbers. So
Okay.
when our budget is increasing, their tuition payments also increase.
So the more our budget goes up, the higher their cost does.
Now, we are allowed reductions like transportation. Again, this year we were allowed 60% off maintenance and student activities. That's extremely helpful. But again, that doesn't, there's no reform for the brick and mortar.
Okay, but if we reduce our budget, that means that will
It
reduce
would, it would
also.
reduce, yes. it
Okay,
would
so
reduce
it's
that number.
nothing they're doing.
It's not, but the issue is the money we get in, the money we pay out is 3 times as much the money we get in to
Okay,
cover the cost. So, but yes, we have to be mindful of our own budgets when we are
right.
understanding the
Yeah, that's
tuition
what I
money
mean,
going
because
out.
I don't want to blame anybody, whether it's Sugar Valley or their other charters. I don't want to blame them because we're not controlling our budget.
Correct. But also there's the formulas.
Okay.
Formulas not
It's the
aid to our,
formulas, I
yeah.
understand.
Good
Understood.
question, Chris. Good
Thanks.
question.
Yep, no, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
Joni,
Yep,
we're getting, whether it's here or Sugar Valley, we get so much money per student, correct?
correct. Mhm.
So it says here that it's what it's costing us, 15, I think that's a 620 or
Yes,
32, but it's not saying on here how much of that 32,166 is covered by the money that we have coming in that's following the student over there. We're not paying 32,000 per student per year, plus the money that we're getting from the state per student.
so what that's saying is, I think on the next page, it'll help you. I think that's the next page is the revenue page. We are paying out $32,000. But I'll show you on the next page, there's the difference between the
Yeah,
two.
where the
Yeah.
money's going, that was supposed to have come in to follow that kid.
Well, we're paying out, like I said, about 3 times as much of the money we get in. We're paying out 3 times as much. So we are, and if I go in the next page, maybe it'll explain it. If not, then we'll come back. Is that fair? Okay. So the next page then is the revenue. So this is the page that I think is going to answer your question. Same thing, you have your state revenue, and we see that the state contributions is about $11,000 per student, and the same thing across the tuition payments. Now let's go down below. So what I did was I took the difference between what the contribution was and what the tuition is. So I made the difference, and that's what I think you're asking me. So the difference between what we get in revenue-wise and what we pay out are these numbers down below here. So it's $3,000 for a regular ed student difference. So that's the actual money that we have to spend. So we are taking into account how much we get in per pupil. We are taking that into account, and this is the difference. So give you an example, $3,000, let's say there's 350 kids there that we're paying for. That's about $1.1 million of expense going out the door. If you take the next number, the 21,000, that's the special ed, and take it by 120 kids, that's about $2.5 million of expense going out the door. We're not getting any revenue for that. That's just a pure expense going out the door. So does that answer your question? Because that is taking into
Well, if you're
account.
saying the special ed per pupil is 21,217. That's what we're getting in.
No, that's
No.
what we're paying out.
The price that they're paying out for that kid, the bigger our budget is, the more they have to pay out. If we get our budget down, that number will drop. That is not, we're getting so much money from the state, that is going to that kid. But then we have to add to it because our budget is so high.
I
It's
think
all
I
budget
understood that
driven.
part of it. But with what they're getting, she said we are spending 32,166 per student.
We are. That is true. That,
Right.
yes, when we send their tuition payment over, we calculate it by this number. That's why I was saying, but really, you need to take what we get from the state off their portion of that. So that's why I deducted the 11,000 off, and that's what the difference is. It's the 21,000. That's just a pure expense, no revenue coming in. That's the pure expense of tuition that we pay out. And same thing with the 16,259 for cyber charters. Again, that's just the difference between what we get in as a subsidy versus what we're paying out.
That's why the state needs to recalculate how it's done against your budget.
Right, and this might help.
Okay.
This might help, John. When she's saying the money's coming in from the state, whatever shortfall this district has, we have to make it up in local taxes, basically.
Correct.
So that's where that's coming. So when you see the number for the Sugar Valley Charter School and the cyber school per student, then on this page, it doesn't show what the Keystone student is though. So that would be an interesting thing, just to see those three next to each other, but don't worry about that right now.
I was going to put it all on one slide, but then it got pretty confusing.
Yeah, then it would
between
be
the
another-
costs
I'm
and the
just saying-
revenues, and I was trying to break that apart, so.
You did the right thing. I'm just saying maybe next time we could have just a final summary sheet. Okay,
Sure.
boom, boom, boom. This is state, this is local tax.
Okay,
Boom, boom.
okay.
Thank you.
Any
Yeah,
questions on that?
the way it works out, if the state would reform their calculation process, all those numbers would change. But the bottom line is,
This is what we
the
have.
higher our budget goes, the more we have to pay.
Yeah, they get a certain percentage.
Yes.
This way to put it, yeah.
Right. A couple
That's
things
why we
would
gotta
be
bring
great.
our budget down.
Well, but the state also needs to do some
Well, yeah, the state
reform.
needs to.
Right. Just even their basic ed formula of how much we receive for basic education, those formulas are antiquated and they need reformed as well as the, the cyber charter formula as well that we use to calculate
Right.
all the school districts, not just Keystone Central, all the school districts across
statewide.
Pennsylvania. Absolutely.
Or we need to find out why our students are leaving.
And that's the other part
to
of
go
that.
to those.
That's an
and
audit.
Fix that
That's an-
problem.
That's the staff, I mean,
So-
the cyber.
That's
charter
a
audit.
discussion that we can have later on with
Right.
what I had with these
Yeah.
folks earlier.
Right.
And I will say this, Joni, I've been here, I don't have to say it, but this is the best presentation I've ever seen on these numbers, ever. So thank you, Chris, and
Oh.
the finance committee for,
Those girls are the ones that are doing it.
well, I'm serious. This is, I think anyone with an eighth grade education would have absolutely no problem with this. And this is exactly where we were hoping to go and you check the box off.
Perfect. Thank you.
And I will say this, I wish other districts did this because all the districts then, their superintendents or whoever could take the same information, the same data and show their local legislators.
Yeah. Reform is
Boom.
needed. Yes, absolutely.
Good job.
They've done a fantastic job with this. And when we get into the other things, you're gonna see the changes they did there.
Yep, no, I've, go ahead, I've seen it. Go ahead.
So the next slide will show you notable expenses that we know going into 26, 27. And again, at the finance committee, the day before I learned that our insurance is probably going to go up, not 10%, but 20%. And they've actually capped it at 20%. So I had to take that into account. So instead of it being 1.3, it is now 2.6 increase from this year to next year. And I think at the finance committee meeting, they had asked me to add the current members' cost and the retirees' cost to this slide. So you can see the breakdown there. I suspect that the brick and mortar charter, again, if there is no reform, to probably, again, increase by 750,000. But again, that's dependent upon our budget number. So, but take into consideration, the budget numbers we use are last year's. So then next year, we'll use, 2 years from now, we'll use next year's. So
Right.
we're a budget season behind when we
Yep.
calculate it. Electricity and propane, just by the pricing of, the increase in the cost, it's going to be about 150,000. Hardware, software, again, it's inflation. It's just the cost of the products are going up. And then transportation, additional special ed, we have a lot of IEPs that require transportation aids on the buses. And also alt ed costs are increasing. The next page will show you anticipated reduction of expenses from the original budget when I showed you in February. These are additional expenses that we use to reduce the budget. The staffing study, which was discussed earlier, was about 2.5 million. Technology's budget did decrease by 931, and that is because they decided to not purchase smart boards this year and use the ones they have and alternate means. The elementary schools, believe it or not, their budgets are small, but they somehow managed to reduce theirs by about almost 42,000. Teacher stipends, I actually had in there about 300,000 for teacher stipends. Now that's money in, money out, but I have to still show it as an expense. We get reimbursed by the schools for teachers, but I still have to show it as a budget item. Last year, we didn't have as many as I anticipated, so I dropped the budget down to reflect that.
Joni, would you please explain that for what that exactly is, please?
Teacher stipends, so
Yes.
we get, the schools give $10,000 to teachers that come here out of college, and they get a $10,000 stipend. And we submit the paperwork, and then the college reimburses us for that. So it's really not an expense, but you have to show it on the expense side and the revenue side, so reimbursement.
Okay, so if I may just add, it's so students that are in college, universities can come here, get experiences, and then, so it's,
student teaching.
Yes.
that's a good way to put it. Yep.
You want me-
Okay. No, thank you, please.
Yeah, so just to clarify, so it's a program for student teachers when they're doing their final student teaching placement. So it's kind of like compare it to a internship in industry. So they're now through FIA, they're eligible to get a $10,000 stipend for completing their student teaching at a school that's participating. So we do participate. In return, they have to work 3 years in Pennsylvania after they graduate and get their certificate.
Yep, it's a great program. Thank you.
Also in here is the insurance copays. I did not in the original budget factor in that the employees who are on the health insurance members do pay copays. So that does go against the cost of the insurance. And then the PSERS rate was reduced. This year it's 34%. Next year it's going to be 33.59. That's actually, believe it or not, that's that much of a savings from that small of a drop, but we'll take it. And also the out years forecasted is for PSERS to stay kind of level, which is good because we saw all those years of rising increase of PSER cost. So the total reduction of expenses is almost 5 million from the original budget. And then down below here, the real estate increase and assessed value in Clinton, but mostly centered. This is really centered Clinton a little bit. The impact of the district through a tax-based growth. So there's some organic growth in both those counties, which will automatically will collect more tax in those areas. So that's just organic growth, which is good for both areas.
Well, Joni, would you mind explaining that to folks that why it goes up?
Mostly in Center County is because they put in, I think it was a warehouse and a couple of other things. We have a small portion of Center County and Potter County in our district. So we are allowed to collect taxes on pieces of those real estate that are in those counties. And I believe Center County is seeing a lot of growth. A lot of warehouses, a lot of, I know there's a lot of gas stations going up. And if you've driven up the Pike, there's a lot of new buildings going up. So that is just seriously because of new growth, new development in those areas.
The more industry, the more taxes. The more taxes, we
If
get
they're not
a
on
bigger
the-
chunk.
On that other
We need to
program,
bring
right.
some of those,
PERDA or whatever.
some of
yeah.
those industries to Clinton County.
They try.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the next slide, these are the slides you've seen multiple times. We did, I think, believe it was 6.2. We are down to now a deficit of 2.5. We were lower until we heard that it was going to be a 20% health care increase versus a 10%. So a no tax increase would give you still a deficit of 2.5.
Joni, sorry. Now, does this include the money that we are requested to consider moving
For the
from
Peasers.
the auditors, what they explained? Is that in this or is that going to be separate?
So moving that money we still have the same amount of money.
Right.
It's just in a different bucket. So
Okay.
it has zero effect
Oh, that's my
on,
question. Okay, thank
does
you.
that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay. Okay. So then that's the no tax increase. The next slide would be if there were a 0.88 millage increase, and that would be about 2.3. It'll go down if we decide to have any kind of increase. So this is a 1.75 millage increase, and that's a little over $2 million deficit. And then a 2.63 millage increase would result in a $1.8 million deficit. And then an 100% 3.5 millage increase would result in a 1.5. Again, these are preliminary numbers. We're still working through the budget. And then the last page was just what we're still working on, our calculations for consideration, the staffing study, getting guidance from the board as to where they want us to kind of redirect next. Any questions?
I think you did a fantastic job explaining it out.
This is
It's a
much,
lot easier to read now than it used to be.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
And
Wonderful.
I think people understand it a little better, and that's going to make it easier on everybody.
And I am available if anyone, wants to stop my office, go over something you didn't quite understand. So a lot of information, where the numbers came from, how we calculated anything. I'm available if you, want to stop in, just give me a holler and I can make some time.
okay, I've got something real quick. I know, Chris has been doing some really great work with you, breaking the, budget
Right.
down by schools.
I haven't
And-
done anything with them. All I've said was, can we see this?
Well, I know, because we've been talking about for years and you finally got it off the ground and your team is great. It's getting there. The drafts are on the finance committee's agenda on board docs. If a school board member wants to talk to you, just please let us know how you want us to handle this. If a school board member wants to call you and talk about a very specific thing, is that how you want to work it, or do you want to wait until we're all together in the finance committee? Because I know you're busy, but I know especially Chris has some really great ideas that he's been talking about. So how do you want to work that?
Finance committee is a perfect opportunity to kind of vet anything,
Okay.
answers, or ask any questions. And even if you know a specific question, you can let me know before the finance meeting. And then that way I can kind of be prepared if you have any specific questions.
Email you?
Absolutely.
Okay, that sounds great. And then I did find this, and I'm going to email it to you tomorrow.
Okay.
This is not on the agenda. I've been holding on to this, the 2015 performance audit done by the state on the school district. And I found it fascinating. Now, I don't know, I want to just share it with you, and I'll carbon copy the board members. You're under no obligation to read it. But it's interesting that back in 2015, it's like, here we are, right here. So if you ever take a look-see at it, let me know if this is something we're going to have to end up doing again or not.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Good job. Action item C1, Central Mountain High School.
No,
We-
no,
We're gonna
no.
do the
Oh.
staff stuff.
Oh,
You
that's
gotta
right.
go back to B1, the staff,
That's right, I'm
student,
sorry.
first responder.
And you're absolutely correct. Yes, action item B1, the staff, student, first responder appreciation. I thought Dr. Redmond was gonna do this next week.
I'll do it if you want.
Well,
I'll
he had,
discuss it.
Justin, I read his email, he was gonna do it next week and he had a whole,
Yeah, they're preparing something for, planning for next week to do a recognition for all the first responders, staff members, and just, I know they have a list that they're working on inviting people to recognize.
okay.
Okay.
All right, so we'll just keep moving beyond this. Okay, thank
So the
you.
email I sent out to everybody and included all you guys on, that's all gonna be worked on for the appreciation party next week.
Yeah, it's a lovely project. Thank you. Okay, action item C1, Central Mountain High School. Please, thank you for your patience. Please come on up. You don't have to rush, okay? And please
you get
introduce
to-
yourself and, go right ahead.
Did you get to go home after we had our meeting?
No, I went to track practice.
Okay.
So high school, middle school, and back up here. Hello, everybody. I'm Logan Hanna. I am the president of the Central Mountain High School Student Government. Normally, Catherine would be here, but she was unavailable and I got voluntold. So here I am. So I'm here just to provide some updates on stuff that's been going on at the school and stuff that we've been doing. We've had meetings with the superintendent, Officer Van Gorder, and Mr. Scaff. And we think all of these have been very productive in kind of giving them some of the student concerns that we've been hearing a lot recently. And also just getting to learn a lot about, what they do. Like Officer Van Gorder was very informative about like what he actually does for safety. And Mr. Scaff was very helpful in kind of getting some more information about, kind of what his priorities are on the board. We'd also just like to thank everybody who was involved with the fire evacuation. Like, normally I am someone who's like, it's a brick and concrete school. What is the point of these stupid fire drills? But I think I'm happy to say I was proven wrong. And the whole thing was a pretty orderly process. And I'm glad that we had all that planning ready in the first place. And then kind of some of our student successes, our swim relay teams got a medal in every race that they did at districts. Students from our music programs, band, chorus, and orchestra are all moving on to regionals. And we have students competing in states for a cappella and chorus. And then I've been talking to some of the people from FFA, and they have the FFA state competition coming up in a month or two. And a lot of them seem pretty confident that we can get some people to nationals. So
Cool.
that's pretty much all that I've got. Thank you guys for your time.
Beautiful.
Good
Thank you very
job.
much.
Thank you.
Deeply appreciate your time. Action item C2, Central Mountain Middle School. And please introduce yourself and take your time, okay?
Hello, KCSD School Board representatives. My name is Levi Nace, and I'm the president for our Central Mountain Middle School Student Government. Recently, we did a Be Present challenge where our students received a white slip and had their Block 1 teacher sign it to prove they were present. After 5 days, if they completed it, they would have the chance to enter a raffle ticket for a chance to win a prize. We have also recently done Kind Hearts, where staff and other faculty can recognize other staff and students for their kindness. March 20th, from 3 to 8 p.m., we are hosting Mini-thon in the gym at Central Mountain Middle School to raise funds for children with cancer. We welcome you to come as well. In February, we hosted a snowflake dance where many people came to enjoy the dancing and food. Students had a fun time at Trench Ball and had many teams entered to try to win the tournament, but it came down to one winner, the Dodge Demons. We also had an employee health day where seniors from Central Mountain High School came to take tests on faculty and staff as their senior project. We recently had a Safe to Say assembly to remind and teach students how Safe to Say works, how to use it, and what to use it for. As rewards, we had a Quarter to Award where students could sign up and make a volleyball team to compete against each other's, and the winners would go against the staff. Lastly, we had a leader of the pack breakfast that rewarded students for their hard work and following school rules all the time. That is all. Thank you for your time and have a good night.
That's great.
Thank you,
very
young
much.
man.
A lot happened in a month.
Hmm.
Okay, action item C3, Bucktail Middle School, High School. Again, please introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Caitlin Pulaski. I'm Bucktail Student Government Board Representative. I would like to start by congratulating senior Kendall Wagner for moving on to states for the 4th year in a row. Patrick Torntello is also headed to states this year. The first round was today. The county band will be performing at Sugar Valley on Tuesday, March 10th at 6:30. We hope to see you there. Senior Ketta Bisman is attending the Regional Band Festival March 18th through the 20th. The digital photography class will be taking a field trip to take pictures of the landscape around Renova and Bucktail Area High School to advance their skills in taking photos in public places. The varsity softball, junior high, and varsity baseball will be having their first game soon. Thank you, and I hope you have a great evening.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
The digital, I'm sorry, the digital, where do the students, are they gonna be posting the pictures or what's it, is it for art class or, you know?
I'm actually in the class. We just take pictures and then we like edit them and then we put them up in the hallway for all the students to see.
Great, great. Okay,
We can show you guys next month. We can have a slideshow next month if you guys are interested.
would you like to see some of their work next
Sure.
month? That's
Absolutely.
great.
Definitely.
That'd be fun. Thank you.
Oh, and last minute thing, I wanted to mention the Heinerton project. We are waiting for voting again because it got referred to another committee. But I will let you know as soon as we find out for the next meeting.
Okay,
Thank you.
super
Good job.
terrific. You folks have a nice evening. Safe
Thank you.
travels. Thanks for coming.
Watch the rocks on the way back up the road.
Yes, all right. Okay, action item D1, hearing of visitors. Do we have anyone signed up? Is there anyone online?
Good job.
No? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you guys for coming.
Committee reports. Action item F1.
Superintendent's report.
He's not here.
Okay, nobody's gonna read anything for him?
No,
Okay.
no, we can just, if it's okay with, we might have this on the voting session.
Okay.
He might be back by then. Action item F1, facilities.
We had our facilities meeting. We are working on the 10-year plan. We're actually going to have a different meeting to go over and clean that up a little bit more. Sam's been working on it pretty decently. We went over the Liberty Curtain updates and the problems with Liberty Curtain with some of the construction that Sam is working on trying to get it fixed. And how much money is still owed on Liberty Curtain yet was a little over $300,000 to the contractors. But Sam is kind of holding that back, waiting until people are done.
Absolutely. Paying till it's right.
Yep, yep. And the problems that are up there, he's working on getting done. He's putting a lot of time in on it. Some of the contractors are doing that part's warranty. It's not on us. And we're playing the game on a brand new building. That's really it.
Chris?
Yeah.
He also talked about the high school units, the HVAC units on the roof.
Yeah.
And then John had some questions and I asked Sam to be here tonight. So did you want to ask him your thoughts, John, or do you want to just do it through an email? You have Sam here, so.
See you on here?
Yeah, Sam Hoy's here.
Some of the questions I have, Sam, I'm being told that the equipment, like for this school, a 25-year-old school, the equipment can't be found. I wanted to know what kind of units, are they carrier? I mean, what units are on that roof that we cannot find material for?
I think he's just.
So, sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right, so, what school were you talking about? The high school?
The high school.
Yeah, most of the high school has all McQuay units. And, those components are 27 years old. So most of the original stuff is all obsolete, and we have been replacing with newer equipment as we have money to do so.
And there's no, I mean, like a belt's a belt, a motor's a motor, there's nothing that can be used without going to the original manufacturer of that unit.
No. All those consumable parts, we can still get those. It's more of the compressor units, the evaporators, the coils. Heat coils are super expensive. These ones have about a 20-week lead time on them to get one manufactured to fit in our units. So that is the bigger components is what we're talking about that are obsolete, and they got to be handmade to replace now.
What, Milo?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I
The,
got
Speak
it.
into your mic
there's-
though, John.
There's something coming up here where we're being asked to match. Now, I've been involved in this business for a lot of years. If we match, I can't even remember what it was
600 and some
25% we have
thousand.
to match
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, 25%.
Okay, so we match that and we put a new unit in. It's somebody along the line here had said that we have no preventative maintenance.
Yes, so we are actively building a district-wide preventative maintenance program right now. We've been, going through every single HVAC unit, water pump, boiler, everything that we have throughout the district, and we've been creating that for the past year. So we do have some things into a preventative maintenance system, but there's a long way to go yet.
Yeah.
There was
I mean,
never
if we're
one in the
gonna-
past.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be matching a grant that's proposed and just sticking a unit up on the roof and saying, there you go, and no one's gonna change filters, no one's gonna do anything else, man, the longevity of that piece of equipment ain't gonna be very long.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. I mean, I've been doing this for like 27 years, and preventative maintenance is the key to longevity. Unfortunately, I've only been here a little over a year and a half, and I can't fix the past, but we sure will, fix this thing in the future here going forward.
Yeah. The
Most
unit
of-
over at Woodward,
Yes.
is it, like, what's the longevity of that?
So that was a geothermal system that was put in.
Yes.
Yeah, and I would say 70% of the units at Woodward do not work as they are supposed to. And that is a lack of maintenance, in the past that we are correcting now. We opted, instead of wholesale replacing all these units, I've been working with a contractor to go in, one unit at a time, tear it down, replace anything that needs to be replaced, clean them out, and try and get them back up and running.
Did he say 70% are not working?
Yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is correct.
There was
John,
no maintenance before.
John, this is another one of the problems that we've got that where it puts us between a rock and a hard place that
Yes.
we inherited.
Yep, legacy.
We're digging ourselves out. Okay, so your points are well taken. Sam's been doing a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been here almost 2.5 years now, and I've heard so many times that these units have been on life support for years. They should have been replaced 10 years ago, and they've been keeping them alive. So we're, just so
We're
you
getting
know,
there,
I mean,
but it's
this,
gonna be a
if
long
we're getting a
road.
good chunk of money from whoever it was, the feds or the state or whoever it is, I think that puts us in a good position relative to where we are.
Yeah, that's action item, what is it, number 4?
Am I wrong with any of that, Sam?
No, that's accurate. I mean, we came into this, we can't fix what happened then, but we have absolutely been, spending a lot of our time. Sheldon Gray is about to retire here in June.
Yeah.
And I basically have him on full time building a maintenance plan for all these HVAC units.
He's not allowed to retire yet, sorry. Don't tell him.
Well, that, maintenance department or crew you said you're working on, where are those people coming from?
Oh, the contractor that I'm working with, is that what you're asking?
Well, you said you wanted to get a crew that does nothing but goes around here and does the preventive maintenance.
Well, we're
Is
gonna
that gonna
have
be
to,
contracted out, or is that gonna be our own people inside doing it?
Well,
so right now I have 7 maintenance guys, and one had his last day in Renova for us today. So I'm down to 6 people for 8 buildings, and I haven't had one applicant in 6 months. So
Okay, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt.
Finish.
Oh, okay, I just want to let you know, we're going off agenda a little bit. That's one. Is it okay if we continue with this conversation? Do we have a consensus?
I'd like to hear from him.
Okay, good, thank you. Go ahead, Sam. You're down to 6? Down to 6?
yes, so my point being that we have to change our priorities. My guys are putting out so-called fires every single day at every school that we have. So sometimes those fires that we're putting out, those emergencies that are called out every single morning, we're going to have to reprioritize some of that stuff. And a classroom might be cold for a day so that I can put that guy changing filters somewhere. So we have to change the mentality of our maintenance team. And we may have to hire contractors to, subsidize to help us out. But the biggest thing is the mentality of the crew to train them to do maintenance, and that becomes a priority over these little fires that come up every single day.
Have they gotten any kind of pricing on contracting it out?
Yeah, I actually have a local contractor here in Mill Hall that has been helping us with maintenance when I don't have people to go fix a walk-in freezer or walk-in cooler at a school. BSC Mechanical has been helping us out with that. We have a labor contract with them so that I can send them out, and they usually respond within a couple hours.
You sure you don't want to be on facilities committee?
What, for not just this school, but all our schools, what kind of automated program? Are they using ALC, or what are they using for automated?
So we have automated logic at most of the schools. There is NRG is operating at Woodward and the high school. So half of the high school has been transitioned over to automated logic, and the other half still remains at 27-year-old software with NRG. And Woodward is the same scenario. So as we change out these units, we've been also changing out the control system.
All right. And does the Keystone Central right now currently run on like an occupied, unoccupied schedule to try to help with the cost of the
Yes.
heating and cooling?
Committee.
Yes, we have a setback program with our building automation. So in the evening times, after 5, 6 o'clock at night, it'll kick back. It drops anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees, depending on the building. And then in the morning at like 6, 7 a.m., it'll kick back on to the normal temp.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Is it okay if we move forward?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, I don't mean to cut you off, but.
No, that's all right.
Okay,
Can we
all
have,
right.
can we have John come to facilities
Yeah, I was
meeting?
just going to
Yeah.
suggest that, John, these are great
Absolutely.
points, but it might be better if they come up at facilities committee rather
Yeah,
than
if
here
you
or
want to get
now.
with the chair of the facilities committee and then put these things on the next month's agenda.
Yeah,
Sam, that was
Yep.
huge, wonderful. These are conversations I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Sam.
Sam.
Do you folks want Sam to stay to talk about the grant? That he would have to stay until K4
That's up to Sam.
Well, it's up to you. No, it's up to you. Do you want him here to answer any of those questions about the
I
match? Or
don't,
do you?
I don't think he needs to be here.
I don't
for
think
that.
so either,
I
but.
think
No.
Okay,
Not yet.
Sam, enjoy your
Joan's here. I
night.
think she's.
All right, thank you all.
Okay, super terrific. Okay, committee reports, F2, finance.
Okay, we had quite a time in finance, as those of you that were here saw. Joni and Dawn and her department have worked exponentially hard on changing so that we can see new reports. So kudos to you guys. It's a whole new budget report that we can see. It's going to be by the school, by the department, so we can see what's being spent where. It's right now, she's laid the foundation. Now, as time goes on, we can work with Joni and Joni can work with her crew on fine tuning things. So we made, they made a huge step in the right direction on that, so we can see where budgets are going. And that's pretty much it, unless Joni, you have something you want to add to it. Kudos to you guys.
That's great. All right, thank you so much. The personnel committee, is there anything that was in the public part of the personnel? meeting?
No, personnel on March 2nd, we had a executive meeting with some personnel issues from 1 o'clock to 2:19, and we dealt with a couple different personnel issues, and that was it.
Okay, super terrific. Action item G1, treasurer's report. It's pretty cut and dry. Is there anyone have any questions, or Joni, do you have any concerns that we should know about? No?
She's updated these quite a bit also, so,
Very easy to read.
yeah.
Action item G2, financial reports. If there is anything, if there's anything particular that you would like to look at, there is nothing about the buildings yet because that's still under discussion in the finance committee meeting. Does anyone have any concerns or Joni updates that we need to know about that stands out? No? Okay, moving on. Action item G3, the infamous enrollment report for February. Is there any concerns or anything? You
Well-
see the numbers?
For the new folks that are here, if you go down and look, this report got changed last year. We asked for some changes in it. But 5 years ago in February of 21, we were at 3,700 students. Right now, we're at 3,223. We had a meeting, I had a meeting today with a lot of the different student council kids, and I'm going to update the board later on some of the reasons they feel our attendance is dropping. They had some really good discussion on that. So if you guys follow that, that's a good idea for you to keep in your head as the student population's dropping down.
Good point, Chris. Thank you. Any other comments or concerns on enrollment report? Okay, action item, thank you. Number 4, this was brought up at the end of the graduation of last year, last May. At the Central Mountain High School graduation, I met the woman, the teacher that's in charge of the high school graduation program. I brought this up last year, the following month, and she liked the idea. I brought it to the full board back then. Do you or do you not want to give them a directive or to learn more to offset the cost of the graduation programs so they can have vetted, I'm going to use the word advertisements and congratulations at the end of the program or not? The former majority board members decided it wasn't a good idea, but now this is a new board. And do you want to learn more about this? We can get the cost of how much it costs to do this. Or do you want to just leave it as is? The idea is to offset the cost. But do you want me to bring some more information to the table for the next meeting or not?
Yeah, You need to bring a little more info, some ideas.
Is that the consensus?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, all right, super terrific. Action item 5. We got a very beautiful email from the advisor for the Central Mountain High School government. And Chris was very kind. He responded right away, but I just wanted to make sure that all the board members, if any of their board members want to meet with student government, I'm planning on going. But if somebody else wants to go, I can help coordinate. Let me know when it's available for you, but you see right there, they're held every day. But it's during the work time,
And when is it?
any day, any day.
2:45 to 3:00.
3:30.
Yep. So if anyone's interested, I'll call you, we can coordinate and do this, but I'm very excited to do this.
I'm interested in it.
Okay? You want to come with us? Oh, beautiful Shelby, that's great. Okay, so we have Shelby. Now, will you be so kind as look at your calendar and then next Thursday, come to the meeting and say, look, these are the 2 days I have. Can we do that?
I'll be down for that too, but
Oh,
yeah,
wonderful.
I'll have to do it on my day off.
You guys all need to understand, you can go as a group or you can go individually. It doesn't matter. I will say I went today. I learned a lot. There was about 20 kids here.
Yeah.
From all kinds of different grades, the student councils. It was very much a learning experience for me. I learned a lot of good ideas from the kids, but I had something on my plate that I wanted to talk to them about. I think it would behoove us to get 1 or 2 of those students to sit on the board as student advisors for board meetings.
Some school districts do that.
Yes,
Mhm.
and they were all for it. The other thing is getting 1 or 2 of them to join us on committee meetings. Let them sit on all committees. Let them have a voice. I told them they can't vote, but we need to hear what they have to say.
Yep, some school districts do that.
I think that would be a fantastic idea for us to put that in motion.
Mhm.
And I advised them when we do a public meeting, they'd be more than welcome to speak up. When we had to go to an executive part of a meeting, they have to leave.
Mhm.
They're all for it. They would like to get the student people involved.
Okay,
So-
well, let's,
I would ask that next week that get put on, that we vote to move forward with that.
well, all right. I think this is a great idea.
And Doug will line up who's going where.
Okay, this would have to go through the policy committee first. I found this in other school districts. They actually have a section in there in our policy. So
But
that
we
might,
can invite them to come.
yeah, but they won't
be
officially be
visitors.
sitting, yeah, they won't officially be sitting here yet on the board. But they can come to the meetings, but we have to change I'll talk to you about it. Other school districts do, but it's gotta go in the policy,
That's fine.
okay?
But I'm just saying, I think we need to make that happen.
Totally. I'm scheduled to go in, for next week with that class.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you wanna
Rich
go
is going-
separate? from
He
us?
already has his set up. He's going.
Okay, all right, so you
It
go
was
separate.
Kat wanted to talk about something. and-
No, that's great.
and,
This is,
It works.
this
It's
is
cool.
one of the
This is
good things
awesome.
about being a board member.
This is very cool, what's going
Yeah.
on here.
It is.
Yeah, we've been working on this for a long time,
Oh, here we
a
go.
long
Rock and
time.
roll.
All right, super terrific. H1, I'm not asking for anything right now, board conference. If you could just please consider it, and a board conference is what used to be called a board retreat. It's been in there, no deliberations, but if you have certain topics that you would want, now we have a contract with PSBA, they will come and do trainings for us for free. Or if we have a topic, you want to talk about something, so please come next week or email all of us and with some ideas so we can pinpoint it. I'd greatly appreciate that. So we can do that hopefully during the late spring, early summer or
We
sooner.
need to get a board orientation done for the
We-
new folks.
we've been-
ASAP.
No, we've been doing that. We've met, and then Dr. Redmond has something he wants to do like next Saturday or Saturday after that, but I have no idea where that's at right now.
But
But
we never finished the second half of the first one. for
Right.
these guys.
That was with the staff. That's Dr. Redmond's section. So,
That needs done.
okay. Is there any other comments?
The only thing on the board conference,
Mhm.
me and you've already talked about, discussed it. I think it's a great idea if we have some sort of a presenter or a
Oh, there
mediator.
will be a third party then.
Cause I
Absolutely.
don't wanna come to
I-
a room with it's just us, cause it's gonna turn into a heck of
No.
a shouting match.
No, this is.
And you know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
With what?
Getting us in there and just exchanging ideas at whatever volume is necessary. I don't think that I think that it was a complete waste, the one that I went to a year or two ago with PSBA here. They presented things that have already been presented to us multiple times.
Yeah.
Nothing got accomplished. I think we need to get in a room with just us, and we each need to open our mouths and to say what we trying to do and what we have to do. And I'm speaking with experience on that. I live my life that way. That's how you learned in surgery in my career. We had things called morbidity and mortality conferences. Everything was discussed that didn't go right. And it was all your fault, just so you know. And everybody left reasonably friendly with one another. But that's how you learned. And I think that that's what we need to do. I think we're floundering here. And I think that to bring a PSBA up and tell us about, governance and management and this and that and this and all the stuff that they do would not be useful. I really think that we need a session where however many, we're up to 8 now. We may get 9, I guess, who knows? We just get together and we hash it out.
Well, then we can talk about that next week. I think he's talking about a communication seminar, communication training.
No, I'm talking about just what I said. Okay, we
Oh.
don't need, I don't think we could discuss what our objectives are. We can discuss what our behaviors are. We can discuss what our orientations are. All of those things are important, and we can say, you know what? You're getting off course there. And whether you like it or not, leave your snowflakes at home. You know? This is what it's like. And I think that would be the most valuable thing that we could have happen. We got, pardon me?
I think we should have both. I'm one that likes both. I mean, that kind of situation, as long as we agree when we come out of it, that we are going to be kind to each other. I get that. Yeah, done it myself, but also giving you ideas for them to come.
It doesn't have to be PSBA. It could be something about health insurance. It could be.
So I think both is a good idea.
We've got enough problems going on right now. If we're going to bring anybody to talk, I think that it should be specifically on one of the problems that we've got to fix. We got budgetary problems,
go.
we got maintenance problems, we got employment problems.
There you go.
And, you know, if we want to bring in somebody who's truly going to be useful, I can see putting in the time and the money to do that. So far, we haven't done that.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay, well, get some ideas together and we
Put
can
together
fine tune it,
a-
okay?
Sure.
Because it sounds like we have some interest
The head
here.
thing, sure.
Good. All right, super
I
terrific.
agree with you, Bill.
Glad we're on the same page.
At the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, at the moment, that's a good point.
Well, we can't expect 10 people to ever, I mean, the best we can do is have respect for each other, okay? That
Let's-
we're governors
let's
and
move
we're elected
forward.
officials. Yes.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, summer park rec decision. Dr. Redmond requested that this be voted on next week, whether or not the board is going to fund this or not. Okay, so I just want to let you know, we've already talked about this multiple times. We gave a consensus, but now he wants us to actually vote on it. All right?
Yep.
The CIU 10 general operating budget, there's a lot of information here. I have only been our representative for 3 months. I have attended 3 of their meetings. I can tell you this. I have full confidence attending their meetings that they are very, very conservative with their money. Everything is so transparent. I wish we could hire their group just to come here for us. Not that there's anything wrong with our group, but I'm saying the way they've done all the reportings, there's nothing I saw that I didn't understand. So if you want to take a look, see if you have any questions, I can give you the IU10's email address and you can contact them. There is a resolution in here that we do every year that will be voted on, whether you approve or not. And I've requested that, I'll just print it then. I've requested that the school board secretary just get with them and put the printed name of the president next to it and the printed name of the secretary, because when you go back and look in board docs, you'll see people sign things and you never know who the heck they are. Okay, so I've requested that. It hasn't been done, but if it's not done, I will hand print that. There's ballots in here. So we'll just go through them 1, 2, 3 next year. But if you have any questions, please let me know and I'll get you the email address of their business manager. Okay. Action H4, the staffing study. There's nothing really that we can talk about. The only thing that the superintendent is requesting is that we pass a motion next week, giving him carte blanche to furlong staff. So we can have a follow-up conversation in executive session if you want next week. Okay. How we want to proceed with that.
He's not really asking for carte blanche. He's asking for the ability to act based on the staffing study.
Right, it would have to be you're absolutely correct. The motion would have to be very, very detailed, but that staffing study may change between now and then. So it's sort of up in the air right now. Thank you, Bill. Committee, school board member appointments. Okay, we have the committees. Is there any changes to the facilities, safety and security or curriculum meeting dates and times that have been published? Are we still all good with that?
As of now, I'm okay with what's
Okay,
going on.
that's super
That is
terrific.
subject to change though, depending on,
That's okay. Just keep us updated. That's
My
all we
job.
can ask, because we want you up and functioning and whatever you need. We have a couple of openings. She was supposed to put them on here. Yes, facilities, we have one opening. And facilities meets, do you need those times before you decide whether or not you would like to be on the facilities committee meeting? Right now, the facilities committee meeting is Chris and Elizabeth. Chris is the chair. He's requested that he will stay on facilities as long as we have a quorum of 2, but we need 3. He may step aside if 2 more people want to be on facilities, but I think he does a good job, so sorry, Chris. Is there anyone that wants to fill in on the facilities it's at 1 p.m. The next meeting is March 24th. Is there anyone interested in being on the facilities committee?
I would like to come and
Well, you can attend. You can
attend,
but
but
do you want to be a committee member?
not right now. I want to attend.
You can attend.
If I attend, can I speak?
Yeah.
Yes, it's up to the
Okay.
chair.
Yeah, 'cause like Bill said, there go some of the maintenance questions I have.
No, it's great. Yeah, any board member can attend. It's up to the chair. But I've found in the past, the chairs have always been very helpful, that everyone has a voice. So
That sucks.
is there anyone that wants to fill in?
That's
Be
a
number 3?
committee that you could sit on.
Yes, I could. And, I took this responsibility on, but I'm telling you, I wake up every morning, my phone ring and I go to bed every night when I hang my phone up.
Yeah.
It just seems like I'm
Totally.
and-
Don't burn out.
huh?
Don't burn out. Don't burn out. I understand.
Welcome to a board member.
Yeah, the biggest volunteer job you'll ever get. So we have new members. Is anyone interested in sitting?
You need someone to fill the gap, right? I'll do it until, I can work with Chris.
Thanks, Rich.
All right, so the board president is appointing Rich Wyckoff to sit on the facilities committee. Rich Wyckoff, effective immediately.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rich, you have no breathing
I
room.
didn't bring my wrenches.
Of course, finance committee is committee of the whole. Any board member can attend that one. We had safety and security. Safety and security, there's Chris and Manuel. They might be meeting a little more often than quarterly. They have another meeting coming up. Is there anyone that would It's usually in the evening time, 6:30 to 7, but sometimes they have special.
We need one person to sit on that with us.
Yeah, I mean, right now they have a quorum of 2, but if they had 3.
Oh, well.
Good. Thanks, Roger.
Roger Cashier, appointed to the Safety and Security effective immediately. No backing out. Thank you all very much. Okay, we can
Elizabeth.
finally talk about this.
Elizabeth?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I have to take a minute.
yes, I know. I'm so sorry. He said he had to leave at 8 o'clock. If there's anything crazy, I will call you or you call whoever, we'll update you, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, he did let me know ahead of time. I'm sorry, I didn't announce that.
How are you with curriculum? You you have a full
Yes,
boat
they,
there.
they worked it out. They're
Okay.
all good. Hope it goes well, Manny. Yep.
See you, man.
Now we also have the Wellness Committee. There's another committee besides the Wellness Committee, the Records and Retention Committee that a board member or 2 has to sit on. And they haven't been doing it.
I'll sit on records of retention.
Okay, records and retention, we can have 2 board members, records and retention, Chris Scaff. Anyone else?
That's not me.
All right, I'll do it.
Wellness, I would consider that.
It's wait till you read the policy. It's great.
Are you on that one?
No, we have never, former board did not appoint people, effectively. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk that way.
Okay.
We never got any reports on their committee work. Now,
Yeah.
these are administrative committees. It's run by administration, but the policy has 1 to 2 board
You gotta
members.
be careful with that because you were also on the old board,
No, I
So-
realize that. I realize
Okay.
that. They had board members, but we never got reports.
right?
Let's put it that way. Then you'll come back after you meet and you give us a report. Really simple.
Yeah, that fits with the safety as well, because mental wellness and health is, again, with the bullying thing and others you're concerned about.
Yeah, that'd be great, Rich. So you want to be on the wellness committee?
Yeah.
That's great. Wellness committee, Rich. We can have 2
I
people.
think Kim's playing marshal on that day, so.
Well, actually, that's one thing we're gonna get from the school board secretary. She's gonna have to give us the minutes from the last meetings and their meeting date. They don't meet very often, so,
Oops,
Okay.
I heard that.
all right.
So you need 2 more people, one for wellness and one for records and retention.
I'll step in the records of retention. I'm familiar with it.
Okay?
I am passionate about wellness committee, unless there's someone else that wants it. Okay, let's Elizabeth on wellness.
You're not stepping up on that.
So Rich and Elizabeth, effective immediately. Thank you so much. Now, there is one more committee coming up, but don't worry about it now. We found it during the policy committee meeting last time. This is moving forward. Thank you. Out-of-state field trip. I requested during the work session agenda setting for Monday to get with express to Dr. Redmond. He said there wasn't enough time, which is understandable, but again, the request is out. That administration update the PDF form so administration or teachers can just type into it so we can actually read it. It's legible.
That's not what we should be discussing here. This is.
No, I'm just letting you know because some of these things are very difficult to read. So I just want to let you know they're working on it. Okay?
Right.
So is there anyone here that would like to tell us about this field trip? Or is there any questions or you can be updated next week? Is there anyone does anyone want a representative here from this group?
No, it seems pretty straightforward. They're
Yep.
going to a competition.
Yep,
I
okay,
think that it's been discussed long enough.
all right, great. Resolution to uncommit PESER funds. Is there any questions on this? Joni did talk about this because of the auditor found this. Recommended, I should say. Any questions?
Yes, when we talked in the finance committee, we're not going to give up the whole amount that we have. We're going to keep some in the PESERS fund. Like Joni said, it's pretty much been running flat and they're expecting next year to go down. But as we discussed in the finance committee, we do not believe that it's going to stay like that the way our economy is. It can jump up at any time. So the millions of dollars that are sitting there, we are going to commit to move $3,500,000 into the district general fund out of the pieces. I believe that was what, Joni, 4.9? Yeah, it's 4.9 million in there. So we're gonna take part of it, not all of it. And that way, if God forbid something jumps up,
It's there.
we have a start on whatever we need.
1.4 million there.
Yeah.
Sitting there, yeah.
Yep, I think it was a really good decision. Thank you.
Yeah,
Action item number 8, the Penn State Safety Institute with PSBA. I don't remember anyone else who said they wanted to go. Now it says with possible addition of Manny or Mr. Rodriguez, so we could find out maybe next week.
yeah,
Is it-
Manny had to wait and see what his schedule
what
was
I-
gonna be, but he did wanna go along down with me to that.
Okay, well, if he is going to, we just have to make sure when we do the vote that we include everyone
The
who wants.
possibility of Manny going.
Yep, we'll find out next Thursday. Thank you. Action item number 9, we're not going to discuss. That's executive session, please. You will be updated next week, Thursday. Action item number 10, Sugar Valley Rural Charter School presentation. I don't know why it says presentation. It's okay though. These items are being presented to us. They do not have to, by contract, physically come and present to us. It's in the contract, an agreement with Sugar Valley Charter School that we can read these if we have any questions.
Right, per when we did the contract last year, we made it that they do not have to come over here and put on a big presentation.
Yeah,
It's saving them time and money, the same with us. We can all look at this and read it. We put it in the contract to save that. If there's any questions, they can get a hold of me, you, and we can move forward with it if we need something answered.
yep,
That's what we did in the ad hoc committee.
yeah, it seems to have worked out really well because their presentations, it's easy to read, easy to understand. They did a
Yeah.
great job. Act 93, representation, you're gonna be asked next week, to whether or not you want, Act 93 representation with King Spry Law Firm. From what I understand, we don't have to vote. It's just a consensus, but the solicitor is going to confirm that because we already have a contract with King Spry. Okay? So I just want to let you know, I will get that confirmed, whether or not it's just a consensus or an actual vote.
Okay.
Okay. I think this is a bad idea. I don't think we need it. The Act 93 discussions are not a collective bargaining session. They are not a labor negotiation. I think that it's, you're fascinated with attorneys. They just complicate things as far as I'm concerned. You use lawyers when you have a specific question and ask them the question and get the answer you need. The statute calls for the Act 93 group to speak with the board. It's not the exact language. If you want me to pull the statute up, I will get it, but it defines this, it actually speaks about employers and it defines the employers as the board. So it's a roundabout way of getting there. So that means, as far as I'm concerned, we should all sit down with whoever it is that's going to represent the Act 93 people and listen to what they have to say. And then talk amongst ourselves and then maybe have another meeting and try to work something out. What the law requires is that we have a good faith discussion. And you throw a lawyer in there and that automatically makes that difficult. So, I would be totally against this. And if the board decides they want a representative and they want a lawyer, I'm sorry, they better have somebody better than the guy that gave us the 93 presentation. It was awful. It was one of the worst presentations I've been to in my entire life. He seemed to me to be totally unprepared, yet willing to want to bill us for a lot of money to do it. So, that's how I feel about it.
Okay, all right. Yes, Chris.
Yeah, in the law, it says that the first meeting, they come to us And at that meeting, the only thing is really done is you set dates and times for prior meetings.
I'm
To
not sure
come.
that's what the law says.
That's just exactly what it says.
Well, we're gonna look it up right now.
Okay,
I'll
well-
bring it to you next week. I have
Yeah,
it
we're
printed
gonna
out at
discuss
home.
this next week, so if you want, to
I got it
interpret
right here.
this statute and,
School employers, upon written request of a majority of the school administrators, shall be required to meet and discuss in good faith with the school administrators or on administration compensation prior to adoption of compensation plans. School employers shall be required to adopt written administrator compensation plans which shall apply to eligible school administrators as provided in this section and which shall continue in effect until a time specified in the compensation plan, but no event for less than one school year. That's what it says.
I'll bring
So-
what I have printed at home.
okay, so, we did get an email, from the Act 93 representative, and we will discuss that next week to decide how we want to go, whether it'll be the whole board or just the personnel committee. We have to then, however that's decided here with us, then it has to be presented to them, because they may want just the personnel committee. They may prefer the whole board. So,
Excuse me, that's not what it says. They don't have a choice. There seems to be a fascination here of skirting or avoiding the statutes. It says the board. We all need to be able to say, and I'm on the personnel committee, so I'm gonna hear it anyway. But no, every one of these people sitting here should be able to listen to the discussion. That's what the statute says.
you're absolutely right, Bill.
Well, thank you. Then why are we discussing anything else?
Well, there's simply this, that we probably should get this started sooner than later because of the time schedule. And for the whole board to be able to get one meeting all together. Now, if the full board wants us to work to try to find that one particular day that everyone can meet, we will do our best. But if the board members say, look, it's going to be hard for me to schedule, you folks go ahead and do it and then report back to me. And then we would have to find out if that's okay with the Act 93
That's
group.
fine too.
That's what I
because
meant to say. That's it
you
right
only-
there.
We've got, what do we have? We have 8, we need 5 people. 5 people need to show up. That constitutes a board meeting. That constitutes a quorum. That's what we need. But to shuffle it to a committee, I think it would be wrong. And I think it would be in violation of the statute. And I'm going to be emphatic about this continually, because if we get sued, I want to make a case that I get dropped from the suit because I'm not going to pay for my own lawyer. You new guys should know that. If anything's found in violation of the Sunshine Act, you're responsible for your own legal defense. It doesn't come off of the school board, the school district. So I think we need to be very careful in how we're dealing with these things.
You're absolutely correct. That's why it's recommended that we discuss and consider getting legal representation from a professional. Okay, any other questions or concerns on that? We'll move on. We'll make a decision next week. Educational plan for makeup and half day. This was requested by board members to be placed on the agenda. They were unsure how that works. So if we run on a snow days, or if the students have to be taken out of the building because of an emergency and they don't have their Chromebooks, how does this work? Can anyone explain the makeup days and?
So typically right now in our calendar, we do not have what was once called a snow day.
Right.
So the most recent day that typically we watch the weather, we prepare, be proactive ahead of time, send computers, resources home, and then they have flexible instruction days. So so I guess your question is, so currently our calendars do not have built-in traditional snow days.
Right, so when, like, the question was from the board member, does the board member want to express their own question, or do you want me to express? the
No, I'll
question?
talk about it.
Okay, thank you.
The day of the fire when you guys left, when they sent everybody, what time was that?
Probably about noon.
I'm sorry, I can't.
probably about noon.
Okay, and
When
then
they
the
did that.
following day, it was made a remote learning day.
Yep.
How did they have a remote learning day when they were kicked out of the school the day before because of the fire and they don't have their computers?
I thought they took them home.
Yep.
I can't say this specifically, but I was over at the high school and all the kids were dismissed to their classrooms if they could get to their classrooms. So CTC classrooms down the basement, I don't believe any of the kids reported to those classrooms. But if you could get to your classroom, you were allowed to go back with your teacher to get your book bags and your Chromebooks.
So before the day of the fire, before they left, they were allowed to come back into the school and get their computers.
Yes, the students were actually in the school. They were between the gymnasium and the auditorium. I was over there. You couldn't smell smoke. I know there was parents that were concerned about that. There was nothing over there because I kept just checking. But they were in the gym and the auditorium, and then they were released back to their classrooms to get their belongings, and then they were to come back to the gym and the auditorium, and that's where they were dismissed from.
Also on Friday morning, the principals at Central Mountain High School allowed students and parents to come, I think between 9 and noon.
9 and 11.
To pick up their laptops, because there were a couple rooms down the CTC that were still really smoky. So the administrators grabbed the laptops, backpacks, brought them up to, I think, the auditorium in the gym, or in the gym. Yep.
Is there any way, like if you're having a remote learning day, to know who's actually on their computer doing school, or you guys can't tell that?
So yeah, so like students, so I have a third grader at Mill Hall. So when we had the remote learning day, he logged into his computer like he's live with his teacher. So they know who is there, and students log on.
And they check that?
Yes. And then there's work that they have to submit then that the teachers have assignments for them. So my son had everything from win time in the afternoon as a third grader with his teacher, and they practiced reading passages, to earlier in the day I know he was doing physical education.
Okay, so if they have a snow remote day, for say, how many hours are they required to be on their computer remotely?
I don't have the hour figure off the top of my head, but there's a portion that is live that they're there, and then there's a portion that they have work that they complete.
I was told by a parent that when they had a snow day, they're on the computers for 3 hours. Now, that's hearsay. That's just what I was told. But if they're on there for 3 hours, I don't see how they can justify that as one of their 180-day school days when they're on the computer for 3 hours. If you guys have a half-day scheduled, what is it, Act 80, Act 88, whatever, if you guys have something scheduled for a half a day, you're here for what, 4.5, 5 hours before your half a day is considered, correct?
About 3.5 hours would be a half day. So if students are here and they have lunch and go home on like those half days, the state counts that as a full day.
So your half a day is only 3.5 hours?
Like if you had 8 to 11:30, half a day, a traditional school day is 7 hours and minus their lunch out of there.
I would just like to know then on a snow remote day, how many hours are required to be on your computer to count as a full day?
We can get you a schedule of what that looks like. And again, if a student is sitting, so it's not live from, so if I was a student, I'm not sitting live from 8 to 3 o'clock. Just like if I was in school, there's a lot of time where there's transition time and or time where I'm doing independent work. So that also factors into the instruction that the students are receiving, and then there's independent work that goes with that. So they don't have to be logged on live to be able to do their independent work after they have instruction. I know that teachers are available if a student needs help, that they could get in contact with that teacher then if they needed more independent help.
Okay, so, well, I would like to know how many hours are required, but today's being Thursday. The kids come home from school, bam, we get a big snowstorm tonight. And tomorrow you guys call remote learning. What about the people who didn't even know it was supposed to snow and took their computer home? Are they getting counted as an absent day because they're not signed on? Or what do you do with the people with their computers are still at school for an unforeseen?
Well, we've only had one unforeseen circumstance.
Right,
All the others are pre-planned, like we send so secondary students take their computers home every day. They don't remain here. Elementary students keep them at school, and then if there's a projection of bad weather, we send computers home with those students.
so the middle school and the high school kids, they take the
They
Chrome.
carry them back and forth.
Yep.
If it was tonight, we're supposed to get bad weather tomorrow, we would have made an announcement to the elementaries to send Chromebooks home today. And they send them home. Because you don't want, again, the wear and tear for a 6-year-old carrying a computer is much different than, or should be, much different than a secondary student as far as being responsible, right? So, yeah, so that's what we do.
Okay, thank you.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, is there any questions about how that works, remote days and emergency days? That was very helpful, Justin, because a lot of people don't, it's very helpful. It's part of our training. Action items number 1, 2, and 3. This is your first read, went through vetted through the policy committee administration. Any questions or concerns? A couple edits. Okay. We have broken a Keystone Central School District record. We had more meetings in February than any other board that I've ever known. So congratulations, board and administration. Any questions on items J1 through 11? All of the meetings that we attended in February. Okay. Action item K1, bills for payment. This is the latest edition. It's just a placeholder until we get to that point, so it's just a placeholder. K2, checks for review. They've broken them down between Liberty Curtain and our regular bills for payment. Is there any questions on this? If you notice, it's broken down by building, so.
I'm going to get with Joni, probably tomorrow or the next day, and I have some questions on a few items, and I'm gonna ask her about it, and if it's anything a major concern, I'll bring it up at next week's meeting.
Great, deeply appreciate it, Chris. Any other questions?
You can see on there, if you look, how she's breaking it down by department and school.
Yeah, it's huge. It's been multiple years and we're getting there, multiple years.
Yep.
Good. Action item K3, this is what Sam Hoy, the facilities supervisor, was discussing. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is the Interunit 10. I'm sorry, the E-rate funding. I'm so sorry. Is there any questions or concerns on this? Jeremy, is he here by chance? Okay. Well, Dr. Redmond said that there was a miscommunication. He was going to come maybe next week. So if you have any.
If anybody has any questions, I can answer.
Oh, Jeremy, sorry. I'm wearing my, I'm so sorry. So Jeremy, do you want to take a moment to explain this to the folks why it's?
That's Ed.
Yeah, it's okay. It's Ed.
Oh,
Yep, not a problem. Very simple. Very simple for everyone. E-rate is a program through the Federal Communications Commission that gives schools and government entities rebates based on the amount of money they spend on infrastructure. So one nice thing is we have that budget allocated for, I think, $150,000 for our internet service. If we apply for E-rate rebates, then we save, I think, 80% of that. So we pay for it throughout the year, and then the following October, we get a check for $130,000, which is really, really nice. So hopefully the FCC keeps that next fiscal year. One issue with that is it's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo, a lot of paperwork, and we contract out to the IU to help with a lot of the legalese and paperwork, so then that we don't have to really worry about that so much.
Great.
So,
Okay, so for the 5-year agreement, that's what your 5-year agreement request is?
correct,
So to let IU10 continue doing this for you?
correct, yep.
I have, is there any concerns or anything? I think it's an incredible program, and I'm glad it helps you.
Yep, thank you.
All right, thank you for that very much. Ed? K4, a public school facility improvement grant. This is the one that Sam Hoy was talking about. Is there any other questions on this?
Joni. We're talking here about $625,000. Do we have that money in the budget to commit?
So this is something we would have to work through between Fund 10 and Fund 32. So between the facilities group and the finance group, yes, we would have to make sure that that is a committed through the commitment letter.
Okay, because this has to be done by the 13th.
Yes.
So if we're gonna commit to it, I want to know that we have it.
It won't be this fiscal year. I'm not even sure. Sometimes they stretch it out and not even approve them or send the money out till even the end of next year. So it may even fall into the next budget season. They're not prompt in giving out approvals or the funds. So that's the question I actually have, is when would they actually distribute the funds and what fiscal year should we budget it?
Okay. What would happen if we committed that, said, yeah, we're gonna do it, and then it turns up in the budget, we don't have it?
We would have to make sure we budget it.
Okay. That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Action item K5, District Firewall Bid Award. Ed, this was the one, I'm so sorry, that Jeremy was going to be invited to discuss. So is there anything, we don't know anything about this, it didn't go through committee, so is there anything, or should we wait until next week to get a little more information?
I'm here now.
Okay.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hello. What do you need to know?
Oh, hi, thank you. Okay, we don't know anything about this, so if you could let us know what this is about and how you went about doing this, the rationale, anything to help convince us that this is what we need to do, or not.
It's a project through E-rate. We've been running into a lot of issues with our firewall. You can ask any of the teachers or students in attendance. Our existing firewall is currently aging, and this was the single bid that we received through the E-rate bid process. So,
Okay. Just out of curiosity, did you, I asked Dr. Redmond this early this week, I'm so sorry. Did you by chance, now I don't know anything about the IU10 tech program, but the few meetings that I've been to, they have a program and they've been working with school districts, but I don't know if that even fits your needs. Do you have any relationship with the IU10 tech people about something like this or not?
yes, I reached out to Lance, and he hasn't gotten back to me directly for this specific issue. He did reach out earlier today about some other offerings, but nothing that directly would impact us for this problem we're running into at the moment.
Okay, all right, well, I deeply appreciate that. Is there any questions or concerns about this?
Has an effort been made to get bids from anyone else? You said it was advertised, but there seems to be a problem with that. I've heard it from multiple people. So not specifically with you, but just in general. So I'm always a little hesitant when I see one bid.
And Jeremy, I'm going to jump in real quick. We were really disappointed with the fact that there was one bid. We reached out to different vendors after the fact, and firewalls are a different animal. So a lot of times companies shy away from that kind of project. And that's pretty much what they all said was they didn't want to touch it with a 20-foot pole, which was disappointing.
So an effort was made and these are the only people that'll step up.
Correct. Yep. Mhm.
All right, we're screwed. Just, you know.
We won't put that in the minutes, please.
Yeah.
That's a good question because I'm assuming you folks all know each other at the other school districts. Okay, we're all in the same boat. The county government's in the same boat. Has anyone tried to, I'm just out of curiosity, if we're all in the same boat, are we gonna get any more competition? Because maybe they're using this, they're using this, they're using that, or we all kind of use the same?
You have a lot of relationships with. We have a lot of relationships with other school districts and other government entities. So we have asked around, and a lot of times they use normal vendors like CDWG or PCMG. Sorry about this.
Technical problems.
PCMG, which is another government entity.
I'm sorry, you have to wait until we get a microphone. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, Ed.
Thank you. So everybody's kind of in this boat.
Yeah.
So it's a really tough situation. I mean, the company that bid on this project, I think they're based out of Florida. But we talked to a couple of their other clients, and they seem to have done a pretty good job. So we're a little nervous about it at first, but we investigated the other clients, and we're optimistic about their solution.
Okay. Do you feel that you're gonna have enough customer service in the contract, that this is someone you have a problem, you call them, there's actually someone on the phone?
Yes, and also a lot of times with devices like these, it's pretty much set it and forget it. So if something catastrophic does happen, we do have support, that we can contact. But it's not like we're contacting support day in, day out. It's maybe once a fiscal quarter.
Sure.
We have an issue.
And then this is gonna be compatible with all the school buildings, right? Not all of them, everywhere.
Correct. And one nice feature, I was nervous, the initial bid was for one firewall. And then Jeremy worked really hard talking with their engineers and set up a backup system platform. So if one of the devices goes out, the other one will be available
Great.
as a backup. So, yeah.
You've answered every question I have. I deeply appreciate it. Chris, please.
I had quite a discussion with Colton before the meeting today on this. And I just want to confirm, because of the problems we've been having, between this company on number 5, Electronica, and the next one, number 6, DDoS, he explained to me that the firewall we're using now is 10 years old and it's defunct. This is not the same company we're using now that we're having all the problems with, correct?
Correct. It's a different company, and our current firewall was and still is a very, very nice firewall. The issue is it's 8-10 years old right now. So these things need to be replaced, especially with how hard they work, between 7 and 8, every 7 to 8 years. So this is going to be a brand new firewall that we put in place. The next company that we talk about next will be an appliance that sits on the outside of our firewall that helps streamline our network traffic a little bit cleaner. So then by the time it hits our firewall, it doesn't slow things down as much.
Yeah, we're talking $87,324 between these two ordeals, these two contracts. Is there any guarantee that they can fix the problem, or is that just, we're just taking a chance?
So the firewall is the main priority right now. The second priority is the DDoS appliance. That being said, before we even put a PO to the business department, we talked to the contractor and the engineers, and we definitely want to have a 30-day trial period before we pay for anything.
Okay.
Put it in place, see if it works, because if it doesn't, you're right, there's no point in us spending money.
Right.
So 30 days, let it sit there, and by that time, then we should know if it would be worth it for us to spend the money.
Okay, thank you much.
That's an excellent question. And I will say this, I haven't had a time to do this yet. I wanted to reach out to you because IT used to be part of the co-curricular committee, okay? Then the former board took it off for some reason. I don't know if it was a mutual agreement, but I would really like to see IT back in the fold somewhere with our committees, unless you don't want to, because this is a perfect example that it's not your fault, okay? But if we would have known about this, if it would have been on the facilities 10-year plan somewhere, these are things where I feel moderately confident that if we had enough time, we could find some sort of grant, because this is a security issue.
Well, and you make a good point because it goes back to kind of like facilities where it's a part of the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Between phones and the internet, students, teachers, and staff rely on this day in, day out. So we need this up and running. And when firewalls and switches and routers and access points get 8, 10, 12 years old, kind of like smart boards or laptops coming up next year, when they get to a certain age, they start breaking down.
Yep.
And we need these things to keep working. So,
So if you wouldn't mind just considering it, I am offering, if you're interested, to come back onto a committee. Because those lists are going to be ideal if we ever do get a grant writer.
yeah.
I'll be very honest. I started this discussion a couple months back. I think that any software that we buy, whether it's through curriculum committee, anything, there should not be a piece of technology bought until you guys go through it and say, it'll work with our system.
Yeah,
Because I've heard we've paid big money for programs that then they wouldn't work with our system.
yeah. And I want you folks.
And I think you guys need to be involved so that we're making sure that what we're buying works. So I would ask, like she said, that you come back on some of these committees and your involvement will help us make decisions the right way on how we spend money.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Just let us know if you're interested and what committee you want to be on.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep, sounds good. Thank you.
Appreciate all the work you do. Actually, I'm sorry, is there any other questions on item K6?
Well, it just same thing. We got one quote. Is it the same situation?
With this appliance, it is the best tool to fix the problem that we're going through right now. Once we get the initial quote for the appliance, then we'll go out and get separate quotes. This is primarily letting the board know this is the direction we want to go. Hopefully you folks will approve it for next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, okay. All right, action item L1, personnel. I just want to let you know, I have never been able to open up the first PDF, the 2026-03. I don't know why. Can anyone else open up the 2026-03 PDF? Okay, well, for some reason, I can't read it. I'm glad it's only me, though.
Yeah, I can open it up.
Mine working fine.
Okay, good, fine.
My malware blocker doesn't like it.
So you can't eat, right,
Nope.
okay.
Threat blocked.
Yep, that's what I got too.
Yeah.
Too much security. Kidding, I'm kidding. All right, is there anything on that first report that anyone has any questions on? I can't see it, so. Now, student teachers, one of my favorite spreadsheets. Any questions or concerns? All right. Can we move on to M1, athletics and student activities? This is the basic informational. Any questions? All right. I hate to say it, but we're at N1. Any problems?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
second it.
Thank you. And it's supposed to read on our agenda, our next meeting is next Thursday, March 12th. So we have to remember that. Got to add that to the agenda. It's got a list of the next meetings. Thank you all very much for your patience. You've been lovely. Can't thank you enough for all your hard work and your patience. So have a nice evening.